Hey guys, Marsinger here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today I'm going to be taking my TEQ Bardock up against the Metal Cooler Core. I feel like he's going to be quite useful in this fight, especially for the first couple of phases, right? Because you have to fight the Metal Cooler army for 3 turns, and they can super twice in 1 turn. So having a unit that's going to give us a Scouter effect for the entirety of the Metal Cooler army fight is going to be very, very useful. And then, of course, it means we always guaranteed get to the Metal Cooler Core fight on turn 4, which means we still have the Scouter effect for 2 turns. So I feel like that could be pretty useful. So I need to try and make sure, yeah, we'll get 3 Rainbow Orbs here, and then we'll get the STR Orbs for Carnival Goku. Now, the only downside for this team build, Carnival Goku is going to take a while to get fully built up. Bardock having the Scouter effect is, of course, very, very useful here, because I would have put Carnival Goku in slot 1, but both the super attacks being there, it feels pretty bad to put him there. I brought Farsha because on this team, she actually can look pretty crazy, and she does share some good links with Bardock. And since the first phase against the Metal Cooler army is int, she obviously has type advantage, so she can take all of these hits that she needs to fully build up her passive, while we're fighting an enemy that is type advantage for her. So still takes 80k from the super though, so I don't know if maybe that wasn't the best idea, because I figured when she's fully built up, she would tank a little bit better than that. So I'm a bit concerned about how much she might actually take from the Metal Cooler Core. I suppose what we could have done is run Carnival Goku. We could have taken the risk and still put him in slot 1. Because once he gets fully built up, I guess we could use him as a slot 1 unit once we get to the core, since the core is physical. The only thing is, my Carnival Goku has 1 dupe, so unless his passive gets fully built up, he's not really going to be tanking super well in slot 1. Look at him getting the triple super attack here. Not like he really needs it. We know he's not going to get supered, and it's not like we can kill the Metal Cooler army here by doing a ton of extra damage, but it is what it is. Alright, so this is... how do I want to do this now? Because I would rather... obviously, I would like to put God Goku in the middle, because we know that's where the super attack is going to be. I could do this and take the risk that Goku and Gohan will dodge, and if it doesn't pay off, then at least we get the revive. Because if I do this, I think Carnival Goku just gets killed, right? Because he's lost his guard. So with type disadvantage, that first hit that he takes is going to do quite a lot of damage. And then, of course, we still have to get through the next turn. So, yeah, I think I will do this. So, I'll do this. I'm literally just going to be relying on Goku and Gohan getting their dodge here to actually be able to survive the turn. And then if they don't, we just get the revive, which is fine. So, obviously, it would be better to save the revive for when we get to the actual Metal Cooler Core, if we can. But I think this is... a good way to play out the turn. We'll trust in Goku getting the dodge. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Can we get a double super here as well? Get towards the exchange quicker, that would be nice. No, we get an additional normal attack, nice. Alright, well, Goku, I'm just going to need you to dodge. There you go, there's a couple of practices. Just don't dodge the normals and then... oh, never mind. Well, man, didn't get a single dodge. Not really what I was expecting there, but okay. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get the revive. Depending on the super attack placement on the next turn, will depend how we play out the rotation. But now that we've floated off this Carnival Goku, it means we can have Carnival Goku slot 1 on 1 turn, God Goku slot 1 on the other turn. The only downside, of course, is this means that the TEQ Carnival Goku hasn't had any build-up at all, which will be a little bit awkward once we get to the Metal Cooler Core, I suppose. But also, having a Bardock in slot 7, I've just realised that was the case. Kind of awkward, but then at the same time, it does mean that we are going to get the Scouter effect for longer, right? Because the turn 3 Bardock, who's coming in now, that means he has his Scouter until turn 8. So that is pretty good. So we'll get him floated off here. Farsha obviously going to be able to tank the attack. Wait, is he really not supering a single time this turn? That's crazy. I don't know if I can't remember the last time I saw a turn where the Metal Cooler army actually didn't super attack. That's interesting. Alright, well, I guess we'll see how we'll see how this plays out here. So Goku, Bardock needs to super attack 3 times in order to get his full passive build up. You can see the jump up in the attack stat because he gets 40% attack and defense with each super up to 120. So I've seen people posting screenshots trying to clown on Bardock's stats when it's like his first super attack on turn 1. And it's like, yeah, he's a unit that needs to build up. Like, obviously his first attack stat on turn 1 is not going to be super good. I'm not sure why anyone would be surprised by that, but once he actually gets built up, then he can put out some decent numbers, and that's obviously what we're looking for, right? When he's actually built up. So I think we should do this, right? Float off Goku here. So let's do this, and then I suppose if nothing else, we probably should go for the 18 key super for Carnival Goku. Yeah, oh sorry, 24 key, because then we get the guaranteed additional super. Carnival Goku providing 50% defense to everybody on the rotation. Another turn with no super attack as well. I mean, the thing is, Scouter effects are super useful for a multitude of reasons. Like, seeing the super attack location is obviously good for planning out your turns, but like, it gives you a certain sense of relief, I guess, when you go into a turn like this and you can see that there's no super attack, and then it's like, okay, cool, now I can just play out the rotation however I want. I don't have to be surprised that all of a sudden I'm going to get hit with a super out of nowhere. So very good having the Scouter effect. So the next turn, I think, again, like the way I believe the interaction works is because we had that other Bardock in slot 3 and his intro animation condition was obviously fulfilled, even though we don't see it again. He should have a Scouter till turn 8. So that means that we should have, unless we get like majorly slowed down here, we should have the Scouter for the entire fight. So I think we should be good. Now, I'm a bit concerned about how much Goku tanks this super, because yeah, he is not built up at all. And I'm pretty sure Farsha can't tank it either, so let's go ahead and use the active skill. I don't need to see Goku's one, because the Metal Cooler Cord takes up like half the screen when you use it, so alright, then we'll do this. So we'll grab all of these so we can get the heal. And then we've got 3 rainbow orbs at the side here. And then we can grab a... Do I need to use an item here? I really feel like Carnival Goku might be about to take an L. Because he's got his guard, but he's got no support. So he's going to get one 18 key super. That's going to put him up to what? Like, does he greatly raise or normal raise? Yeah, just normal raise. So he's only going to go up to having like, what? 300 and something K defense, which is not great. Actually, no, it's not even 300k, is it? Because it's only 30%. So yeah, I think I'll probably have to go ahead and use that here. Bit unfortunate with not being able to to get any build up with this Goku, because we're going to cancel out the first attack here. Then he's going to get hit with a normal. Obviously, that gives him a defense buff. Then he raises his defense here on the 18 key. So he's probably around about 300k defense now. But yeah, that's not enough for him to survive a super against the Metal Cooler Core. So again, Scouter effect proving itself useful. I mean, on this turn in particular, I feel like the smartest way to play out this rotation was to do exactly this with this location of the units and the item. But obviously the Scouter effect just compounding the fact that that was the right choice. Yeah, 186k through a Whis is pretty bad. And then there's Bardock, 8.7. So people saying that Bardock does not hit hard. This is with no attack support on the rotation. And he got an 8.7 million attack. So I would say that that's pretty decent. And then we've got the Whis active. This is actually perfect, because on the next turn it means I can exchange Goku and Gohan into Gohan. And Gohan obviously is at his weakest when he's taking those first couple of hits, but we have a Whis active to supplement that defense. And then look at Farsha just getting the triple super attack here. Pretty decent for her. Activating some of those links with Bardock. Yeah, see, her taking that damage through the Whis, she definitely was not the top pick for this stage, but I guess it is what it is. So let's exchange you, and then I need to make sure I get 3 orbs for Bardock, so let's keep those ones at the side here untouched, so then we can grab those, get those for you, and then we can get 2 rainbow orbs for God Goku as well. So very good turn here. Gohan protected, of course, from taking those early hits. And as I said before, if the interaction works the way I assume it does with the friend Bardock, we still have the Scouter up for this turn. And there's no super attacks on the board. So if we don't get supered this turn, then obviously it does work like that. Gohan taking the 5 hits. This friend Bardock, unfortunately, this is only his 2nd super of the entire event so far. And he doesn't have a ton of his best links up on this turn, so not the best. I can see one of the more legitimate complaints about Bardock being the fact that obviously you can run this crazy team where you bring all of these really good Gokus and they're all getting the 200% leader skill, but not a lot of them share a ton of links with him. And obviously if I brought Int Tora on the team, we could make Bardock look even more crazy. But then obviously Int Tora is very likely to get absolutely shredded by the Metal Cooler Core. So let's go ahead and do this. Grab the Rainbow Orbs for Bardock. Now, you're on, what, 300k defense. I'm fairly sure that the Carnival LR Goku would just get killed by a super here. But the same, unfortunately, is the case with the TEQ Carnival Goku. The first attack is a normal, which would proc his extra defense. But unfortunately, without the item here, I don't think my Carnival Goku has enough dupes to be able to survive without that. So now, if the fight was going to go on much longer than this, which is obviously not now, I think this turn, because of the number of attacks that we're taking, we actually would get this STR Carnival Goku's full passive built up. So then we would have Scouter effect from him for the later turns. It's one of the interactions I do like between running the TEQ Bardock and the STR Carnival Goku on the same team, is you use Bardock's Scouter to carry you through the first 5 or 6 turns based on when you have them on the rotations. And then by then you try and have Carnival Goku's passive built up, and then yeah, he gives you the Scouter effect later on. So 9.23 for this Bardock with no attack support on the rotation. I personally think that that is pretty decent for a unit that essentially, because we had that one in slot 3, gave us a Scouter effect for the entire event. And so that was the Metal Cooler Core done. So obviously I could have made a slightly better choice for the team instead of bringing the physical Farsha. I think if I made a change and had slightly better RNG, I would definitely be able to get the no item run. Like if the Goku and Gohan had dodged the super attack from the Metal Cooler army at the beginning, then obviously we could have saved the Carnival Goku revival for later on, and I wouldn't have had to have used the item on that first turn. But yeah, there you go. That is Bardock's team versus the Metal Cooler Core. I don't know if people are specifically talking about no items, but like I literally saw someone on Twitter earlier saying that Bardock's team just isn't good and doesn't work in the Metal Cooler Core fight because you won't kill him before the Scouter effect runs out. So there you go, we just did that. So let me know what you guys think down below. Shout out to somebody else really wanted me to beat the Metal Cooler Core stage with my Bardock, so then he might appear as a dev friend, because my Bardock is now 90% and is almost full level 10 links. I should have showed it off in the video, but I only have Saiyan Pride left to go. I usually like to even out his links before using keys, so I try and get all of their links to either like 7 or 8, and then I can use 2 or 3 sets of keys. But this guy, Saiyan Pride, was at like 6, while a bunch of these other ones were all getting to 9. So while I was waiting for this one to try and get up a little bit higher, all of the other links went to 10. And now this one is at 8, so I'm not going to waste keys on getting one link to level up. So I've got these videos going up today, and then I'm working a night shift tonight. Over that night shift, I should be able to get those last 2 level ups. So, but yeah, let me know what you think about Bardock and his team. I know for a lot of people he is a skip because of all the stuff that we have coming up. I definitely think he is being a bit underrated, but let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.